And I've been fortunate enough to get to know you over the last 3-4 years. And one of the things that struck me when I first met you was when you talked to me about aspects of your career vision, and one aspect of that in particular, which I'd love you to share with this group and give us an explanation to why that's so important and the values that underpin that vision.
Okay. Well, thank you. So my vision is to positively impact 20,000 careers whilst I'm alive on this planet. The reason for that, if I impact 20,000 careers, I'll impact more than 20,000 children, and more, and their families will impact. This goes back to when I was age 10. Unfortunately, my dad had a stroke. He was age 50 then, and that significantly impacted our lives very negatively. Yep. You can imagine from an income perspective, from, well, just every aspect of possibilities or lack of possibilities that were then given. And unfortunately, my dad never worked again in his life. So that was, sort of head baked into an upbringing. But what happened during that time was my mum came forward, got multiple jobs, and just made sure we got obviously looked after. I got educated, all the sort of things. So my mum's always been, I sort of always held a huge candle to my mum in that time. If you fast forward though 2 decades, and then as a headhunter, particularly working in London, I learned a set of skills that could future-proof any career. So what that meant was that I had quite a large team, so I was hunting for jobs all the time for people, for them to fulfill. And that was a skill set that if you bring that to them, you can manage your career effectively. So basically, my passion and my purpose combines both my passion and my skill set and solves a perennial problem. If you look at my values have been very clearly shaped by my parents. My dad was really strong, traditional gentleman who integrity meant everything. So he always said, be careful of what you commit to, but if you commit to it, you do it. And your life just wasn't worth leading in our family. If you said you're going to do something for someone else outside of the family or inside the family, then you had to do it. It was just your, so. And then my mum taught me, or she gave me, unconditional love. She also showed the value of caring for others with her clients and how she looked after them. And whatever time of night it was, she would look after people to make sure they were well. And she also told me a truism though, which was I learned very early on in my life the value of learning and continuing to learn. Also hard work and being part of a supportive community can have dramatically positive changing impacts on people's lives, because they certainly did for me. The final part I just share is my code. So I've got a sort of, what underpins that is my sort of code of sort of 5 or 6 things that are really important. So I believe that all humans have significant human potential. Character and values succeed over natural talent over the course of a lifetime. And to quote a fellow Irishman of yours is Paul O'Connell, who I admire so much, who basically said, let's be the best at everything that requires no talent. So I'm not saying I haven't got any talent. I'm not saying people haven't, but whatever talent you do have, whilst we're alive, let's optimize it. And our mindset is going to be the dictating factor of what we do moving forward. So just the 3 final ones here for my code. All cognitive complex tasks are learnable, and which is most of us are doing complex work. We're not just trying to run 100-meter sprints really quickly. Next one, to discover our true authentic selves, we do need to do the hard reflective practice. There's no shortcuts. I haven't seen anybody being able to do that. And as a coach myself, it took me a long time to get to my true authentic self. And finally, my role whilst on this planet is to unlock the potential within my fellow humans.